Shoot, yeah, I need to set my console to English. Excuse me. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is part one of this blind playthrough of Doki Literature Club for the Nintendo Switch as a part of our Spooktober celebration. I don't know much about this game other than it falls under the horror category, which makes it Spooktober material, but I don't know why it falls under that category. I can't really see it from the how should I say, from the screenshots I had a look at until now. But we're about to find out, I guess. And if it's not horror, well, at least we'll have played what I think is gonna be an interesting game. So let's get into it. Yo, hey, Monica, hello there. How's it going? The current backup and download status, yeah, that's normal. I haven't played it yet. Let's see. It's tangled mess of cables down there. I should be asking you that, Monica. How have you been these past few days? But I'm good. Otherwise, thank you. Doing good. Right now we're having a black screen. I updated the game the other day. Is it working? It's not responding. Tired, likely coming down with something again. Oh no, Monica, I'm so sorry to hear that. What do you think you have this time? And I think I'm having a problem with this game. Also just had my nephew slam the door in my face. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's going through that phase, isn't he? He seems to be, he seems to be keeping them coming, shall we say. These kinds of, like, attitude moments. Hold on, I'm gonna try to turn off the console and turn it back on. I hope the game is working, because otherwise, that's a bit, of a issue. I'm just getting a black screen. I don't know why. Bear with me. Here's what I'll do. I'll try to boot it up in portable mode, first and foremost. And then, as soon as I get it working, I'll put it in the dock so I can stream it. Yeah, sounds like you had it rough these past few days, Monica. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, is it off? Oh, come on, don't tell me my Nintendo Switch is dead or something. What is going on? I can't turn my Nintendo Switch back on. What's going on? What is going on? I told him he had to close down his game half an hour ago, as his mom had told me to do. Then at 21, I said, okay, now you can't stretch it anymore, to which he forced closes his computer and slammed the door in my face. Youch. That doesn't sound good. Ah, okay, there we go. Nintendo Switch is turning back on. What was going on with this thing? Bear with me. Okay. I'm in the menu again. The current backup and download status of your save data is displayed here. For more information, go to... I don't care. Just boot the game, damn it. Ah, there we go. Okay, it's working. It's working. I need to get home And read something before bed too, but I need to stay for a bit to make sure he's asleep. Ah, yeah, okay, I understand. Okay. All characters in this game are over the age of 18. Well, yeah, just in case we had any concerns about that, I suppose. Alright. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Okay, individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're playing it anyway. Would you like to review detailed content warnings? No, especially if they contain spoilers. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Very important that they are all over 18. Okay. I have no idea what I'm getting into with this game. What have I gotten myself into? Exit DTLC. Why would I want to do that? It's rare to have an option in the game to do that on a console game. What does it do? It closes the software and sends you back to the main menu or something? Settings. Is that for... but no, there are no voices in this game. Yeah, true. No. Text speed, auto forward time. I don't think there's any need to change anything. Ah, okay. I'm supposed to enter my name. Okay. Only use letters, hyphens, and apostrophes. Okay. I already entered it. Okay. There we go. We're in. Hey! I see an annoying girl. Annoying? Why? Running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Here we go! That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. What? The kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Okay. Time to Doki 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 romance. Okay. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waking up. Typical anime stuff so far. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running again. Okay, excuse me. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay, so that's her then. Pink-haired one. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe not, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. And you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, really. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Yeah, tsundere a little bit, maybe? I don't know. Let it be known that I would never do that, though. Like, just ignore her when she seems to be in need of something. Of someone waiting for her. Fine, but you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. That's in character, yeah, probably. Whatever you say. Yeah, well, yeah, I admit. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Typical anime stuff again. By the way, Rudy, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That's not very nice. Virtual Rudy. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, but I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. That's probably true to life, though. Anime maybe not so much these days, but... I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet of her to say. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Virtual really is kind of a dick. I suppose so. As long as you bear in mind that I'm not like that. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. Don't say it like that, damn it. No promises, though. Would you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. What was that she said? Where was it he said? How do I check the history of previous messages? I don't know how. Select? I don't know how. That's okay. It seems like you can, but I haven't figured out how to yet. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Maybe she just has very strong feelings for you. Maybe it's not at all an exaggeration. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello, Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Nini. Join the going home club. Yeah. That's a nice one. Are you in that one, Monica? If that's the case, I'll join then. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Ah, she's vice president, okay. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Maybe because that's just the name of the club, but the club is about totally something totally different. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Okay. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well... I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I gotta say, though, she's very pushy. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. No clubs around our school, but I guess I'm part of a club in a way. I am part of the school council as a minor member. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool, though. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you, girl number 1. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Okay. She looks a lot like the other one. It's gonna be hard not to confuse them. I guess the other one has more red hair, and this one is more pink, I suppose. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, there she is, I suppose. Ah, really, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Sending your soul for a cupcake is so dumb. Gotta go for a whole cake or something. What are you looking at? Monica! Yay, it's her! If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Okay, the pink-haired one is Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's 18, though. They made sure to let you know. Which is concerning. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club in the club. Don't say things like that. She's 18, she's legal, I swear. Oh boy, is that where the game is going? Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Of course I know Monica. Well, a bit. It's great to see you again, Rudy. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Okay. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... That means there's a trap there. Don't fall for it. You too, Monica. Come sit down. Come sit down, Rudy. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. I get to choose. Sadly, no traps. No, I don't mean as being a trap in that sense, but if that's what you are getting at. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Oh, I can't sit next to Monica? Aww. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Excuse me, what's that on my phone? Okay, never mind. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Tsundere made them for you or anything. Heh, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you know, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. No, it's not weird logic, it makes perfect sense. You need to flip a switch in your brain, and then it all starts making sense. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You give a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Funny thing, actually, I didn't. Natsuki is the tsundere, Sayori is the typical clumsy childhood friend, and Yuri is the studies quiet type. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. I like her already, and if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Monika is the typical president type, and there's nothing wrong with that. In my book, then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club together before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yay! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Rudy, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Already, you give up so easily. Really, what am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Although I guess, to avoid making someone sad, this might be the kind of thing I might say anyway. So yeah, maybe it's not that out of character, I suppose. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. Why are you doing that? You're trying to impress her or something. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. We had a teacher back in the day that said it doesn't matter if you're reading a book, comic, or a magazine as long as you're reading something every now and then. Well, that's nice to at least try to get people more open to reading without, like, hammering them that they only have to read, like, serious books or something. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Hey, your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems. Excuse me. I hope I'm not the one coming down with something at the moment. Being immersed in cigarette smoke for a few days has not been kind to me. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. I don't think she's ready for that just yet. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Okay, I guess it's the same for you, Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yay, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Rudy? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. These looks. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Rudy, y'all, I'm defenseless against these girls. No, Rudy, you have to be strong. Stay strong. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I don't know. Just imagine that they're guys. It will change everything, I promise. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. But there's one of them you don't like, you remember? Or as that completely disappeared already. No, he saw boobs and now he's off on another planet or something. That is not me. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Like one eye at a time, or... Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Well, that was short. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Rudy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress a class star, Monika, with my mediocre writing skills? Better make an effort then. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Rudy, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room. Excuse me. Ah, you're gonna ride home now? Oh, on your bike? Well, take care then. Don't get in an accident or something. Turn on your headlights, front light on your bike. Wear a high visibility jacket and all that. You'll just be listening for a little while. Okie dokie. Just please take care. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Well, will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Ah, I have to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. But I don't see Monika in there though. It's Monika I want to impress. Landscape, tears, wonderful, desire, shame, happiness, papa, feather, pain, pink. Pink, I guess Natsuki would be the one who would like the most. Because it's cute, I guess. Tears, wonderful, feather, papa, desire, happiness. Desire? I don't know. Fear, vertigo, determination, fireworks, scars, calm. I have no idea where this is going. I don't know. Embrace. Laugh, heartbeat. Let's see. Entropy, sadness, alone, skirt, unending, death, loud, lucky, massacre. Of it. Passion. Let's see, a bit more. I guess you realize it soon enough, but Monika is not... What are you saying? No! What did I get this game for, then? What's the point if I can't get the best of them all? Can I not go after any, then? Love, clumsy. Contamination, email. Melancholy. Sparkle, childhood. I don't know. Melancholy. Treasure, ocean. I don't know. The ocean. Uncontrollable. Anime. Vitality. Games, warm. Let's go with warm. Rain cloud. But yeah, but she's not romanceable, you said. Aww. Pleasure. Let's see, comfort. Sensation. Romance. Imagination. The sunset. Let's see. Peace. Eternity. Yeah, but I don't care. Well, I guess I will anyway, but I'm disappointed though. Let it be known that I am very disappointed. Whisper. Heaven sent. There we go. Hi again, Rudy. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Ah, that's true. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Rudy. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Netsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps your manga collection in the club room. Netsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Rudy always gives it its best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. I don't go around fixing people's rooms because I'm distracted by how messy they are. It's their own business. I am not like that. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Rudy can become good friends too. Sayori, As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she puts me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori, me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Do I have any input on what goes on in this game? Because so far, other than the poem, I don't get a lot of say in what's happening. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Smooth talker. Smooth talker! Damn it. I can't talk like that. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know... Hey, don't start with a sentence like that. Discuss it if you want it. Discuss the book. Okay. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? So she even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew, well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monika. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. Well, yes, indeed, I can agree. Monika, but it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. Excuse me, drinking. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Ah, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Haha, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Yeah, it's gonna be up to Natsuki to do it all then. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. You didn't even ask her if she was okay with that, though. So bossy. That's not nice. Excuse me. I realize how just listening to the scream and hearing someone blow their nose in your ears like that can be annoying. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. I'm back into it. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Creative tummy. Okay. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation and all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Whoa! Extreme close-up. Sayori is like really up close to my face at the moment. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face fitting my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monika overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Okay, getting physical, I see. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. And she's blushing. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's not a nice thing to say. That's super mean. Yeah, I kinda agree with her there. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. If you really want a boyfriend and all he cares about is whether you buttoned up your shirt or not, he's not deserving of you, is what I think. But well, I start to button our blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Okay, we get a view of it happening, I suppose. Hey, this is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. It's too big! That's the problem. Silly. Her chest is too big. Does this thing even fit you properly? The answer is no. It did when I bought it, yeah. She's grown since then. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Okay, don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so, why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? Because it makes it even more obvious that she is, well stacked, I suppose. But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew, that's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? She doesn't want anyone but you! Silly. And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. This game is cruel because how are you supposed to pick without hurting someone? It's really cruel. That's why I never do dating sims. Well, no, not really. I guess I'm just not into that kind of thing, I suppose, but in this particular case, I do feel that it comes across as cruel. I didn't say anything embarrassing, jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monika suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Oh, okay. Give me 10 seconds. I'll just close the door there because I don't want the noise I'm making in the apartment to be a nuisance to the neighbors. Okay. This place is very echoey, so I don't like it when the neighbors are the ones making noise, but it's not a reason to do it to myself. Just because they are uncivil doesn't mean I should be. Okay, back into the game. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Rudy, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve our poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Certain dating sims directed at girls has you pick the boy before the story starts, and then you can obviously get bad, normal, true ending story. Story will also change depending who you choose. Okay. But isn't that a bit... I don't know. They have you pick before even knowing the person? Is there at least a little description to help you pick? You have a prologue. Ah, okay. You have a prologue that introduces all the characters. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Sayori says, I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Monika, of course. Even though I know it's not gonna do anything. I should start with Monika. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. You have played quite a few dating sims back in the day? Uh-huh. I see. Hi, Rudy. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Sayori? Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. Not so much nowadays, but I do feel the pull to just play one every now and then. Well, that's okay. You should just play the things that you like and not really care what people think. Well, I'm sure you do already. I probably don't need me telling you that. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay, I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? My problem is that one of the games I played had events happen real time, so you would get a story at 3 AM, but god, it was good. Okay. That sounds like an interesting approach. Although, a bit inconvenient though. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in Wall. Ah, it's the poem that comes with the game. I have it, like, on physical paper, in the box of the game. Hole in Wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the speckle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, always scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. You got the story in small bites as texts, which is why they could come at odd hours. Ah, okay. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? I don't know, Yuri? After Monika, I guess she is the most interesting so far. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not... The texts would lock if a new one appeared, and then you'd have to use points to unlock them. I miss it, but it was ruining my life in a way. I can imagine, yeah. If it kind of like messes up with your sleep schedule or that sort of thing, for you to even be able to enjoy it, then yeah, I can totally understand. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, take your time. Take your time, Yuri. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? Because it shows. If you want to go for Yuri, you gotta aim your poems towards her tastes. Yeah, but I don't know what her tastes are yet. I'm just making sure. I guessed that it might be after reading through it. If I could go for nobody because I can't get Monika, then I would. But if I'm forced to go for someone, I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so is that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Uh-huh. Okay. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. Monika said it seemed like something Sayuri would like. Yeah, I know. Even though I wouldn't go for her, but well. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Okay. It might take me some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Don't worry, you have time to get to know the girls and what they like and get to romance them all in good time. Why do I have to romance all of them? I'm not that kind of person. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. For the story, Rudy! For the story! Okay. If it's for the story, then alright. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Rudy. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering at her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Is she talking about herself? And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I show my poem to next? Not Sayori. I don't know, Natsuki? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Huh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like this? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Beautiful! Yeah, cows go moo and water is wet. And that's about it. Yes. Well, in a way, it was the most entertaining. So, you can't fault her for that. It was certainly entertaining. Gave me a good laugh. Best poem so far, yeah. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess... Ah, crap, I skipped a line. It's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. How old are they all if she's the youngest? Or is she talking in terms of days, weeks, or months? I decide to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Oh my goodness, this is so good, Rudy! They are all exactly 18? Like, not a little over that or anything? Well, I guess if they're all supposed to be in the same class level in school, yeah, they would be all around the same age, wouldn't they? This is so good, Rudy. Eh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayuri, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe because I have no idea what I like either. That's not a compliment. Jeez, Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Rudy poem, and that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. I gotta admit, that's pretty sweet. Kind of tugs at the heartstrings a little. A little. Sayuri hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayuri. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, really. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? I never was. Maybe this dick is selfish, but not me. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That last line, though. That's what does it. That's what really ties it all together. Hey, but all joking aside, though, it's not bad. Sayuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. Hey, but she had the moment of inspiration. Natsuki wrote the best one, hands down. Yeah, true. Yeah, that was the best one. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Sayuri is a close second. I want breakfast at the end. That really does it. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika is the best. Yep. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it literally didn't come out nice at all. I feel bad for Yuri. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. There's no need to be so mean to Yuri, though. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Rudy did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Rudy liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Rudy appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know I didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Rudy started showing up. What are you suggesting? That she put something in her bra? Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Rudy, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader and not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Rudy. Wait, there is a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. Somehow, virtual Rudy has created a harem, and very quickly at that. Yeah, that's totally unrealistic, which is something that I don't like about these games, but, well, I'll go with it, I suppose. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Rudy? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... I have to choose. I don't want to, but I have to. I don't know. Harem ending can be terrifying depending on the characters. Yeah, I suppose so. Who should I choose? I don't know. I don't know them enough. I kinda feel bad for Yuri being a more fragile character getting ganged up on like that, so... Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. Ah, well, that's kind of what I was trying to get to, so, I guess that's fitting in a way. Thanks, game. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. Yeah. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's true. That's very true. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. No I don't. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sadly, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, really, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what? Putting something in your bra to make them look bigger? What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Really, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. I don't think I'm that good at writing poems that any of them will like, though. Unless by accident. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Is this Undertale or what? I nod to myself with newfound determination. Rudy, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No, that's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I guess I'm the reason, huh? I promise you're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Rudy, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. You have now unlocked the hidden route, determination. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's see. I don't know what to pick. Okay, say I was to go for Yuri. Oh, by the way, how do you pick these things down there? Where it says history, save, load, settings. Ah, you press start, okay. Because I hadn't saved yet, so... Okay. Ah, and that's how you look at the past dialogue. Okay, so if I miss the line, at least I know how to get to it. I don't know, nightgown? I don't know, secretive? Suicide? Anger, comfort, vivid portrait? Suicide, dark? Cheeks, rainbow, philosophy. I don't even know that word. Effulgent? What is that? Effulgent. Yuri is very dark, Natsuki is very cute, and I think Sayori is somewhere between fun and happy. They do come across that way, yeah. And okay, hold on. Goodness me. Try to find your way through that, really. Okay. Effulgent. Meaning. Shining brightly, radiant, of a person or their expression, emanating joy and goodness. Standing there was my father with the most effulgent smile on his face. Okay. I guess not that, then. Inferno. Pain. Pain. Fester. Fear. Aim your poems in the direction that fits those. Yeah, but I'm trying. Candy. Contamination. Entropy. The zone. Yeah, entropy, that sounds like a very... Wait a minute. Is it just me, or... Can I go back? I know once you've picked something, you can't go back. Okay. Bout, cute, fickle. Does the little character jumping means that it is aligned with that character? I think so. Unrequited. No, that's something that Sayori likes. Go back! Go back! Doki Doki. The spice. Vibrant. Flower. Melancholy. Melancholy. Rain cloud. Whirlwind. Sensation. Rain cloud. Ah, but no! It was for Sayori! I'm not doing it on purpose. Horror. Extreme, ambient, unstable, scars. Ah, but no! It's something that Sayori likes! Ah! I can't escape her, it's frustrating. Tears? But no, she likes that too! Come on! Sadness. But... I'm not doing it on purpose. Infallible, shame, charm, death. She likes death? Sayori? No, that's not possible. No, the game wants you to go for Sayori. But I don't know if it means anything, the little character jumping, so... Climax. Puppy, fantasy. There's nothing dark in there. Unrestrained. Okay. Misfortune. But no, that's something that Sayori likes. I don't want her, okay? Alone. But that's something that Sayori likes too. I guess it's 50-50. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Rudy. Yo, Sayori. You gotta go for Sayori. You know what? I think I shouldn't even try to go for anyone and just let the game decide or something. I can't go for Monica anyway, so at this point it doesn't really matter, I guess. Yo, Sayori, looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Would you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I don't like being used like that, you know? So if you're trying to impress me, that's certainly not the way to go. I knew it. I can see right through you. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. You had enough money in the first place. You would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Ah, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. And if I manage to put her a smile on her face to get her off her depression, I say that's a win. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Our faces in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Brady to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. Thank you, Yuri, for being the voice of reason. Unlike someone I know who recently asked me to lend her $1,200. No, thank you. You should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after putting a mischievous little stunt like that, you're suffering this fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I felt strangely called out for a second. What? No, I didn't at all. No. You didn't ask to borrow $1,200 from me. Called out? Or do you mean what she said? Because you don't spend only what you can afford? Really, Monica? Is that what you do? You're not in debt, are you? You don't come across as that kind of person. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. I was zoning out and then heard, unlike someone I know. No, I didn't mean you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Hehehe. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. She's scary like that, I guess. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. So you're like that, huh? Plotting like that. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Wait, what? Something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk? What is it? Yeah! Ow! What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. It's not punishment to her, you just threw food at her. And she's always hungry. I don't think the method of delivery matters to her. She's just gonna be happy to have something to eat. And since everything Natsuki does is delicious apparently, it's not really punishment. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. Yeah, see? What was I saying? I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. You're good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue! You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I have it? Reminds me of a colleague, actually. He is always hungry too. And will always try to get some off of you if he can. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine, still I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehe. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. There will always be those kinds of people. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Yeah, but in the case of my colleague, it's more for a laugh than, like, really, really... Well, it's half for a laugh and half really because he's always hungry. Such as my Chinese food disappearing one day. They gave it back though, he didn't really eat it, but... They made it disappear. And I had to look for it. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori, eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Much to my chagrin. Yeah. You don't think she has a... Haha, I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Kinda? It's confusing me so much when they say Monika. You chose your name. Lergue. I hope I said that right. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. Didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? It was very close. I'll get it right someday. I promise. You'll see. Just wait for it. Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend. What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. She's got that little drop though. So, maybe it is a boyfriend after all. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. I read period and thought of something else. I read my last period and I was like, wait, okay, but no, actually no. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. She's just perfect. She has it all. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Rudy. Monica smiles sweetly. Don't tease me like that when I can't date you! You're breaking my heart. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss a thing, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. How big are these cookies anyway? Takes 30 seconds. Notice how much she glances at you, yet she isn't a romanceable character. Why? Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. No, that's not very plausible. That doesn't come across as very plausible. Who does that? I could understand if you collect something and you have so many of them that you could buy something thinking you don't have it already because you don't remember buying it the first time. A 2-for-1 sale? Yeah, that I could believe, yeah. But like accidentally buying 2 of the same thing? There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Markov. Is that a name I should know? There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Markov. That reminds me of a science experiment or something, or theory of something. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. Excuse me. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Rudy? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. Portrait of Markov does not appear to be a real book, but Markov is typically in reference to Andrei Markov, a Russian mathematician. Markov's most well-known contribution to mathematics is the Markov chain, a process for selecting outcomes based on one or more previous events. Ah, that's why I know that. Indeed. Yeah, there was a puzzle like that. I think actually there was a puzzle like that in Layton versus Phoenix Wright the other day. I believe so. Now I remember that from math classes in high school. I believe it was in 8th grade, like 2nd year of secondary school, that I learned that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. I kinda want to get to know her mind more. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up something really strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I wouldn't dream of it. Express yourself. I want to know more about you, please. Don't hide. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. And that's something I do really well, so it's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright, I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Gotta get some more tea. Okie dokie, Monica. Be back soon. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Aw, that's sweet. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. What do you mean by that? Thumb and forefinger, yeah. Okay. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips back to her side. It's very romantic, but in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Yeah, okay, never mind. I thought the image on top was moving constantly, but it actually only moved at that line. Like she turned her gaze towards me, okay. Are you ready? to turn the page. Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. That's a bit tedious, though. As a way to read a book, I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Oh boy, my thumb gently letting go of the pages, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but really, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Apparently, in order to get the best possible ending, you need to get all the 10 CGs in the game. CGs? What's that? What are the CGs? In that case, I'll read it a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. Stand up. It's the picture you see of the characters. But that means going through all the girls, though. I suppose. Getting all 10. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Yeah, there's probably no way I'm gonna be able to do that on my first try then. Highly unlikely. Always Monica. Hi again, Rudy. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, great job, Rudy. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. What? No! I think it's perfectly fine. That's actually very fitting for me, I think. But I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Okay, well that's kind of what I was going for, so that's cool. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel. The game isn't actually too long. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that, you do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, can you do that, please? I might not be getting it this time, but I can always maybe replay it in my own time or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And not feel too concerned about not getting the best ending or anything. I'll get an ending that sort of represents me, I suppose. The colors, they won't save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching. Piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Save and load. Okay. Why is it that... Or is that something that she does consistently? She crosses the line in her cues. Is there another one? I'd like to see if this is something that keeps coming back or if this is that a one-off. Well, in this poem, it's kind of hard to see, I guess. Although I have the other poem in my... in the box of the game, I kind of want to see that. I wonder if this is significant somehow, or if it's just a style. I'm curious. Let's see. This is the one, I think. Or maybe she doesn't use that letter at all in there. There's not a single Q in there. That's kind of an exploit in and of itself to manage to write in English without using that letter, because it kind of crops up a lot, I suppose, under normal circumstances. I don't know. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really? I thought not so much, actually. I wonder if she's talking about something that's really happening to her or something. Haha, I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, sorry. or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Fourth wall break. I'll save. Okay. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. With pleasure, always, Monica, always. Okay, well, I guess I should go for Yuri next. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Rudy, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Which is something really nice. As an introvert, I can really sympathize with what he's trying to do. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really, I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh, even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. She doesn't really have any close friends, I guess. Probably. It's likely, I'd say. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. Okay. Her handwriting is a bit hard to read sometimes. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. Yeah, and bring friends. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. Is that a poem or is that a life experience that she's describing? I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Maybe it's just something that really happened. Although, I suppose that might not be very fitting of the character, if that was the case. That's right, she says. Excuse me. My jaw is starting to hurt from all the reading, actually. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because... Okay, so I found one, but it does spoil the most common ending in the beginning, so I will wait with sending it. Okay, please don't then. Like, bookmark it if you can, or something, maybe. Also a guide that shows which words that each character likes in the poems. Ah, that's cool. Thank you. Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. They've been bookmarked. Thank you. Thank you so much, Monica. Appreciate it. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, really? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. This you can't fault me for being, at least, yeah. Natsuki. I liked your last one better. Eh? Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. I guess we're not made for one another, then. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that bullshit, huh? Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. First line already is priceless. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. Very personal, yeah. Indeed. Which I guess is what poems are all about, so you can't fault her for that. At least. Okay, excuse me just a second. Okay. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can't explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's not about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can't be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah, she said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. So I guess he wouldn't make that remark if you chose to read someone else's poem first. That's interesting. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri is pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. She feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. You mean the way that you do too? I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'd appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, there's only one person left. Oh, I like this one, really. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No, I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Rudy. Never ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then? But I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right, but you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayuri. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayuri, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Rudy. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. What? It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Very poetic. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Yeah, it's actually deep and everything. It's kind of impressive. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly, maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. There's more to her than I give her credit for, I guess. Started out so happy and became so sad. Yeah. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori has always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Reminds me of a poem we read last Monday. Started out with the guy being all depressed and suddenly is talking of love. Only to go back to being very depressing. Okay. Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. To drink anymore. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. It was a poem of a guy waiting on a train which was delayed for 6 hours. Okay. Did that take place in Germany by any chance? Deutsche Bahn! Always late. Sayori's putting in all the posters, etc, etc. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't. You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? It was in Mississippi? Oh, okay. There's actually a song. The title of it is Rudy, actually. And it has to do with, like, trains and stuff like that. I kind of like that song. A Danish poet on a trip around the world or so? Ah, okay. I see. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the events and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. For all those reasons, I guess that she meant to say. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. Sometimes you need to go beyond your comfort zone. I suppose so. That's true. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika, this is too sudden. What if you can't recite your poem in front of the club? How do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem, Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Ooh, Yuri is fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Bravo! Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. It was a lot for her, I guess. It was a test. And that was really draining. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah, sorry I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then, Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Rudy liked it. I guess it's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Rudy. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Rudy lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Words that cut like a razor. Natsuki, it's fine. Let her say it. I don't like you either. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I'll receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. You mean like the... Van Halen song? Natsuki takes a breath. I get up, and nothing gets me down. You got it tough. Etc. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Ah, well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too, it doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Oh, why can't I date her? Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow's as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow. And then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday is the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, excuse me. I hope I'm not coming down with something too. Alright, I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monika, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Geez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Rudy, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with our words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Okay. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. It's gonna hurt her feelings, but I gotta be honest, I guess. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admitted it. Jeez, there's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe, but I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry, everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so, the conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? I gotta write a poem now, I guess. Nah, I guess sadness. Yeah, that's something that Sayori likes. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, aren't they different? I think they're different. Spinning? No, that's something that Natsuki likes. Yeah, the words are different. So you can't really cheat your way, I guess. Grief. No, that's something that Sayori likes. Ah, man. This is tough. Dark. She likes dark stuff too now. What gives? Alone. Ah! Graveyard. Okay. Philosophy? Okay. You're on your own for your first gameplay. Kiss. Tenacious, Cry, Infallible. Marshmallow, that's cute. Unrestrained. Okay. Suicide. Alone, this is something that I think Sayori likes. Shame. That's something that Sayori likes. If I reload my save file... Am I back? Yeah, I'm back on the first one. You really can't cheat. Philosophy. Eternity. Graveyard. Skipping, Meager. Judgment. Judgment? Okay. Agonizing. Covet, Playground. Inferno. Inferno? Okay. There's no cheating then. Infinite. The Zone, Fireflies. Time. Time, maybe. That's neither sad, nor cute, nor happy. Yeah. Tragedy. Sparkle, Tears, Embrace, Headphones. I guess that's cute, maybe. Lazy. Embrace, Despise. Okay. Sweet Hop, Dark. Dark. No, Dark, I think that's something that Sayori likes. I already tried to pick it before. Anxiety? She has that, doesn't she? Yeah. Fun, Cry. Disoriented. Yeah, okay. Vertigo. Frightening. Cage. Misfortune. Nah, maybe that's just on the sad end of the spectrum. Sticky. Nah, that's something that Natsuki likes. It's okay, it's just one, I suppose. I think I've already got more than half of the stuff that Yuri likes. Existence. Okay. Entropy. Heaven Sent, Fantasy, Giggle, Unending. Precious. Extraordinary. Nah, that's something that Sayori likes. Unrestrained. Lust, Ocean, Nibble, Smile. Clumsy. Nah, that's something that Sayori likes. He likes dark stuff and I think lustful stuff. Who, Yuri? When I picked dark before, that's what Sayori liked. The word dark. Sayori responds to it. Unstable. Alone. Shame. Shame, maybe. Ah, no, that's something that Sayori likes. Horror. That's obvious. Vacation. After Image. After Image. And Massacre. Okay, there we go. It's like 17 out of 20, I think, for Yuri. So that's kind of what I'm going for, so... Yuri likes strange and lustful things. Okay. Lustful, huh? Oh, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Is she lying about it? You must have a lot of determination. Yeah, it's Undertale all over again. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out, excuse me, for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people. Hey, I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. What? Mon-ika. That's not how you say my name at all. Mon-ika? Is that in Japanese or something? Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Yeah, that's true. It makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Okay. A fourth wall break again there, I suppose. Just acknowledging that the initial joke is impossible to translate. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayuri's anyway. Breaking the fourth wall, yeah. Excuse me, where is Sayuri anyway? There you are. Sayuri is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayuri? I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Don't stay by yourself. I'm gonna worry about you if you do. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? If you say, why wouldn't it be, it's just begging me to ask what's wrong. It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayuri shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayuri before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monika if she's noticed anything about Sayuri recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monika, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Rudy, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayuri recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monika peers across the room at Sayuri, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Rudy. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Rudy. Aww. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayuri talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayuri is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? Yeah, I guess she's perfectly right. I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayuri is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayuri and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's something I can't do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over a book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori, yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Rudy, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. You tell me! I know, right? That's something I can definitely appreciate. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make me some tea, so... To make some tea, sorry. Or is it make me? To make some tea, okay. I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We were just filling the water pitcher. Okay, sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Like, get out of our business. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Rudy in club activities? Eh? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Jeez, Yuri. Like... marking your territory or something. I don't know how to say it in English, but and let's go, Rudy. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, I just... Claws are out, yeah. Hands off my boy. Something about the way she said that, it made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Rudy, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No, wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of a friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Rudy, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do too. Anyway, yeah? Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. See? Nothing bad happened. Rudy, do you like oolong tea? I don't think actually in real life I've had any. I'm not sure if I did or not. Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapots. That's probably Fahrenheit, isn't it? Because 200 degrees... Really? How much is it in... Ah, yeah, it's right below... Shh, Virtual really likes it. Okay, it's right below boiling point, which is the ideal temperature for tea. I suppose. Simmering, not boiling. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? Fahrenheit is strange. I think I prefer Celsius, but well, I've lived with it my whole life, so I mean, for me, it's more convenient to know that freezing point is below 0 and boiling point is at 100 degrees Celsius. Well, for water anyway. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Huh, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Rudy. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Rudy, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? Yeah, that's kind of a strange request. It's a little bit easier on my back. Oh, you hurt? I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Yeah, that I can appreciate, okay, yeah. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have a back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Yeah, okay. Okay. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Her candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. I wonder, is this something that's, I don't know if this is something that's, spoiler territory or not. I'm gonna ask the question anyway. Is it the case that he is spending more time with her now because of the way I have tried to orient the poems before? Like, if I picked differently, even having read the poems, would he be spending more time with someone else instead? Is that how the game works? Or is it just the natural progression of the game, what is happening right now? You're not sure? Ah, okay. Because right now it seems very focused on her, and I wonder if this is as a result of my choices. Or if this is just how it is. Because she gives him the book to read at the beginning, whatever you do, I guess, before you even had any chance to give any input. That makes me wonder if maybe this is something that results from the choices. I don't know how much your choices weigh in on how the game itself unfolds, or if it's just affecting the ending. Like the ultimate outcome, shall we say. I don't know which kind of game it is. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yeah, well, it's okay, Monica, it's okay. We can't know everything. Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. Another chest, I guess. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Is that the CGs? I guess an image like that is a CG. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if the situation was completely natural, but that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. I believe the poems will give you different character CGs like that. I think it would make sense. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Really, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book. But I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breath. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Pretty, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. Things were getting heated. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Who should I show my poem to first? Monica, of course. Hi, Rudy. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Just as Monica interrupted them, Jack came in with a mouse. Okay. Kind of an interruption too, I suppose. Trying to talk with his mouth full. Meow. Meow. Be right back. Yeah, okie dokie, Monica, no problem. Be back soon, though. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people... I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? Yes, I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like the light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get but much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? Well, I wish I knew. I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Yeah, I suppose so. She's like a mystery that I would like to unravel like someone else. You completely misunderstood? Haha, calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer. All meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift to the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist, but when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. Yeah, there it is again, that crossed Q like this. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Haha, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans are two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, you'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yuri next. Rudy, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling, I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought I would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something that you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Really, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot to do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? It was a baby mole, not a mouse. I've seen cats bring back moles, indeed. Yeah. Even if it was alive, though, once they're hurt, usually they will die from it, because I think moles are, I don't know how to say it in English, but, hemophiliac or something. How do you say that in, How do you say that in English? Hemophilia? Well, they have that or something. My first time ever seeing that, I checked it. No wounds. Ah, okay. Well, that's a relief. I think what they have is that once they start bleeding, it doesn't stop. Like some humans have that as a disease, I think, but I think in moles it's kind of a natural thing. But it's good then, if it wasn't hurt. And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. There's nothing wrong with your body type. My mom told me to let it go into our neighbor's garden. Yeah, did I skip a line? That's good of you. Thank you, Monica, for being so kind to animals. I'm gonna have to recharge my controller. Okay. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't... what? They don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. Okay. People say that about you. I'm not a know-it-all, Rudy. My neighbor will have to deal with it now. Moles, yeah, I guess, yeah, they do make molehills, and if you like to have a neat lawn, that can be a problem indeed, yeah, if it starts digging up their garden. It's their problem, like you said. I'm not a know-it-all, Rudy. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. Be yourself, Yuri! But you can't kill them, I believe. It's possible? Besides, you wouldn't do that, would you? You don't come across as the kind of person who's capable of that, Monica. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't think you could. Yeah, there we go. Thought so. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings. Just be yourself and you'll attract people who will love you for yourself. Yuri. I have all these feelings. And all I can do with them is read and write. I would try to capture it or call animal protection. Good. Good. Thank you. And all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. It's important to find someone who likes you for who you are and just lets you be yourself. That's the best thing you can do, I think. That I really understood what was missing all this time, but I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person. Nah, you're not. I speak too slowly. You don't. I second guess myself all the time. That you do, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I read too deeply into things. I like that. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated. Thank you, virtual me, for saying what I would have said. Well, no, actually, I might not be as eloquent as that, but, that's what I would think. I would have a hard time putting it into words, but, gotta admit, it was damn soft. What was? The mole? The mole was soft? I think they kinda are, really. I believe from having seen one before that they can be like all like wrinkly or something, like they have too much skin on their back or something. If other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends, and I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Beach, a marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss. But beneath grey rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sand castle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic, the breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back and I abandon my piece to erode at the shore, drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. You gotta go, sleep well once you get to that point, and thanks for the stream. Oh, and good luck with the game. I'm gonna stop in a short moment, actually. I was aiming to stream until midnight, and I see that I already went over it. You gotta get up tomorrow too, so I understand. Take care of yourself, Monica. Thank you for being there too when you could. And, oh yeah, tomorrow I have to work again till 11 p.m., so sadly this will be a late night stream. It will only be for 2 days this time though, Thursday and Friday. And then, I don't have to work all next week, so, I will be much more free to have regular streams in the evening as usual. So, take care, mwah, wish you all the best, sleep well, and see you tomorrow hopefully. Take care, Monica. See ya. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again? I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show up. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her requests. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Actually, it would be good if I can play until the end of, say, this chapter of the game. Let's try to do that, I guess. Get through the poem thing, and then maybe save right after that. Natsuki. Meh, I guess you really haven't learned anything after all. Honestly, I don't know why I got my hopes up in the first place. What? I didn't think this one was that bad. What did I do wrong? Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me, eh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of... Sorry, excuse me. Just burped a little. My apologies. This angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean, looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem if you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Yikes. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. That couldn't be further from the truth. Wait a minute. She didn't even give me her poem to read. Did she? I didn't even get to read hers. Okay, I guess it's over as far as she's concerned. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. Actually, I don't think she's really all that happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Rudy. You're just too nice. I feel bad for not picking you now. But I had to follow my heart, didn't I? Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. I feel bad for her. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. No, don't go by yourself. If you insist. No! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Oh, that's... Dang it. Sayori, Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Okay, you three. She's probably gonna start explaining stuff for the next chapter, so I think it's probably best that I stop here. So, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue tomorrow then. And, well, we'll see how far we can get into the game tomorrow. But tomorrow will be a late stream, so, well, nothing I can do about that, sadly. Take care of yourselves, and I should see you guys tomorrow then. Bye-bye.